I had to take a little time out of working on the creamsicle to do some family stuff. Kendall wanted to go canoeing, and there's a little pond that forms out behind our house in the wintertime when it rains and snows a lot. So there's the house. There's the orange of the bed of the creamsicle. So we got a nice little pond behind the house in the wintertime. So there's the house, and over here on this side, it's still got icebergs floating in it, going through. Pretty cool, live where we live. You like living here, Kendall?
Yes, not Arizona.
Not Arizona, okay. We're stuck in an iceberg. All we really got to do is back up. We'll be all right. I think I figured out what's going on with me. I can't keep this part of the build straight. Where I'm at because I've got so many days in between each step because I'm still working. And I figured it out. When I went from a long bed to a short bed, it's when COVID first started and I got sick, and so work told me to stay home and they paid me for 2 weeks. So for 9 days of that 2 weeks, every single day, boom, 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 I was working on it so I could keep the continuity flowing. Well, when I work on it for a couple hours every afternoon, or not even every afternoon, and then sometimes on Saturday, and I don't know, so that's why I can't keep it straight. So I don't know where I'm at. So today I'm just gonna start building stuff. I can't keep it straight, and I got to get this thing going. So here we go on another video shoot. I don't know. See what I can do. So I've got this plate just tacked on, a couple tacks over there, a couple tacks on the back side, and then once I get it welded, then I'll come back here and I'll bend this over and weld that up. So I can't bend that until I weld that. And then I took and cut this triangle out of the frame there so that plate would sit flat. So once I get this all done and I weld that and I weld that, that's coming apart from the frame right there in the back. Can't really see it. So then I'll just bend that over and weld it. So I can't do any of that until it's welded. And I can't do and I want to be able to cut that notch out. But after I got this far, I figured I better not cut this and get this all taken apart before I get the other side done. So today I'm going to concentrate on getting that one to the same point I have this one. And then hopefully I can start tacking everything together, and then I can cut out the frame, both sides, and make it happen. So that's what my goal is for this weekend. I now have both sides notches mocked up and tacked in. So now I believe it's time to blow it all apart and cut out the frame and start boxing it in. Wish I'd done this before. If I've done this before, I'll know what I'm doing. But since I don't know what I'm doing, I'm just second guessing myself every step of the way. And it's time to cut the frame. But I turned it into a short bed. That didn't scare me. This scares me a little bit. So get the axle out of there, get the airbags out of there, get the tie rods out of there, and start cutting it up. The problem I got is today is Thursday, tomorrow's Friday. I'm almost out of gas. So I need to figure out, and it's a 20, what is it? Oh, it might even be 40 miles one way to get gas. I got to redo the math on that. So I will see if I can weld a bunch of this up, and then I'll go get some gas tomorrow and start again. Doing so much welding, my over temp light was coming on and shutting me off. I couldn't weld very good. The little Millermatic 140 really straining this machine. I wish I had something bigger here at the house, but that's all I got. So, Miller, if you're listening, wouldn't mind having a sponsor. So, some of these welds aren't bad looking. Now I'm going to start blowing this thing apart. Taking the axle out and cutting that notch out of the frame. Another Saturday and I'm back working on the creamsicle. I got the axle out and I'm going to start cutting that frame out. But I wanted to show you, actually finish this side. So I will take you along with me on doing that side now that I've worked out all the bugs for what I'm doing on this side. But I think it worked out pretty good. So stick with me and we'll see what happens. You can see that the bolts and the hose are going through the notch on that side. But this is what I've got. I've got some pieces of tubing welded inside there to strengthen it up so when I tighten the bolt it doesn't collapse the notch. And then also the air line can run through the bigger tube there. So I'm going to get the Sawzall out and see if I can cut the frame out for you. I wanted to do one side at a time so that it wouldn't flex as much. I also have this leg clamped on back here to keep the height the same. So now I'm going to cut out the notch. All right, let me get you in here and show you what I did. So you can see back inside there was a big gap, and so I sat here and filled it. And then I welded up these seams in between here and there, so that that'll be a stronger connection. Now I'm gonna make a piece of plate. It's gonna cover up this one and that one, and then the top one is the upper bag mount. So I'll make those two plates. Get those welded in. Luckily, I got my plasma cutter with me, so it makes making those plates pretty easy. So I'll show you where I'm at later.